Hi, reading group. I hope you all are doing well and staying healthy. We have a little bit of a shorter video this week, just because, as I mentioned last week with the vocabulary video, we are now starting to get into the different components of literacy. So last week you looked at strategies for vocabulary, and this week you are going to be looking at strategies for discourse. And with discourse, this can often be a little bit misleading because teachers tend to assume that students like to talk, and they do, and they will talk, which they will, but it can sometimes be difficult to get all of your students to talk, right? You have a couple of students who tend to be very vocal and outgoing and are willing to talk. And so what often ends up happening is you have a small number of students doing a lot of the talking in your classroom. So it can be really tricky to get all of your students to talk. And the other thing that can be tricky about classroom talk is getting your students to engage in academic conversations. So when I was teaching high school English, I had several classes that liked to talk a lot. In fact, sometimes a little bit too much. And they would often get off topic. And so between they're getting off topic or they're having shallow conversations, that's where some of the challenges would lie, is that they would talk, but the talk that they were doing in class was not related to the text that they were supposed to be reading. And I found that it can be really difficult to get students to engage in those higher level conversations, engage in ways that are respectful, and that will also challenge them to think more deeply about what it is that they're reading. And so the strategies that you're going to be looking at for this week should help you to help students to do just that. And because this is a literacy class, the other thing that we are going to be focusing on is helping students to engage in talk that is relevant and related to text that they're reading. So that's actually the assignment that you guys are going to be working on for this week, is you are going to be coming up with a plan for helping students to engage in talk related to a specific text. So like you guys have done in the past, you are either going to be using one of the sample texts that I've posted, or you're welcome to find your own text if you have from a classroom experience, or just finding something online. You can always find sample text. If you look at 7th grade sample history text, you should be able to find something with each of your content areas. But I want you to be thinking about something that you're having students read, and how you are going to use talk before they read to get them engaged, how you are going to have them talk possibly while they're reading. So maybe that's stopping and asking questions, stopping and grouping them, stopping and having them talk to a shoulder partner. And then how after they're done reading, you're going to have them engage in talk to help them to better understand and engage with the ideas that they have read. So that may be grouping students, that may be doing Socratic seminar, but you are addressing for me the ways that you're going to use talk, and you are going to be writing at least 5 text-dependent questions. So questions that are specifically related to what they read, questions that they will have to refer back to the text to be able to answer. In addition to the textbook chapter that you're going to be reading from Beers about talk, you are also going to be looking at a couple of links from Edutopia that just give really great ideas. You guys probably know some of these strategies already, but some great ideas for how to use talk in the classroom. You are going to be looking at one video from the teacher channel about the importance of high quality conversations. And then you're going to be reviewing 2 lesson plan ideas that come from Read, Write, Think, and just really great ways for students to talk in the class that will ask them to do so in a unique way. So as opposed to just a presentation, you may have students use, this I believe, and create a podcast. So Socratic seminars, oral storytelling, all kinds of great ideas. So you can see what that actually looks like in a classroom and see lessons that teachers have actually used. So that's what you're going to be working on for this week. As always, we will have our weekly discussion on Wednesday morning at 9. So I hope to see you there. And as always, let me know if you have any questions.